I will be cooking here red bean stew, wherein I will be soaking overnight 1 kilo of red beans. I'll open the whole pack. Pour all the red beans on the cast iron Dutch oven vessel and pour water until the whole thing is submerged. Tomorrow morning, choosing 1 kilo of random salted meats to put into the stew. So you can choose any type of salted meat. So I have here a mixture of Spanish chorizo. This is chorizo as well. And then this is Spanish lacon. And then this is morcilla. And this here are slices of frozen Chinese ham. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put here, but what I will be doing is selectively choosing the specific meats to mix in this together with these beans, and I will be measuring an equivalent of 1 kilo for the whole thing. So for 1 kilo of dried beans, which I will be soaking overnight, I will be choosing 1 kilo of salted meats, which I will be using for the stew. It's the following morning, so the water has already been absorbed by the beans after the overnight soak. So now, since there seems to be not minimal water left, so now I just have to add water to it. I'm now ready to weigh the meats. Now this is more than what I probably need, but what I have here is that I have here 1 kilo of dried beans, which has already been absorbed with water, and I need to put in 1 kilo of the meats in here. So it's a question of choosing. So all I need to do is just put a plate on a scale, which is now put at 0, and I just try to randomly add meats as I need. So here is the lacon, which is about 345 grams. So here is some Spanish chorizo. Let's put it there on top. And I put here some more Spanish chorizo here. Now since I have already the lacon, I may not have much need to put any more the Chinese ham. So what I'll do is that I'll try adding some morcilla or blood sausage. So there approximately I have 1,042 grams, which is roughly around 1 kilo. And it doesn't have to be exact, but at least within that level. And of course, once I take out the plastics, it's probably going to be a little lighter. But this is what I'm going to be dumping into the Dutch oven with the beans. After stripping the whole thing with all the plastic containers, I come out to a very, very good number. It's 1,010 grams, so which is approximately 1 kilo. So I'm ready to dump this into the Dutch oven. Now, what do I do with this? Do I cut it, or what do I process it first? Very simple. I just dump everything inside as is. So I just put it all in. And there, the stew is ready. So what will happen here is that I'm going to be stewing this for many, many hours. Probably anywhere from about 4 to 8 hours, depending on how it comes out. And it will all be in whole slices. Now I will be doing something with the slices after, but for now, when you're going to be stewing it, you just stew it as is. Now you will notice that this has no onions, garlic, salt or pepper. It's got nothing in it. It's just the beans and the meats. And that's the best way actually to cook it. So let's just see how it will progress as I go to the stew. So I transferred the Dutch oven into the burner. So here it is. There it is. It's starting to boil. Now once it starts to boil vigorously, I will put it in low fire, and after that I will let it stew slowly for the next few hours. So let's now see the progress of the stew. Oh, it's vigorously boiling, so I have to lower the fire. So now that I've lowered the fire, let's try mixing it a little. Just mix it a little together. You just need to stir this occasionally so that the ingredients will blend to each other. But as much as possible, keep all the meat submerged. And if you need to add water, then do so. So I'll just let it continue on with the stew. Let's check on the status of the stew. So here, it's simmering, which is very, very good. Now you have to check the water level as well, that it doesn't get dry. Now, when you are stewing, beans in particular, try to avoid stirring it, because stirring it is just gonna make the beans mushy, particularly when they're very soft. So a technique to do this is to lift the vessel and shake it. You shake the bottom. Okay, just carefully so that you don't spill it. Then you put it back, and you do this every so often to make sure that it's properly mixed. We're now at the final stretch of the stew. Take a look at the progress. So, looks okay. Now what we're going, now if you notice that I did not, I placed all the meats in its entirety here. And what we're going to be doing now, since all the flavors of the meats have been mixed together with the liquid and the beans, it's now time to take all of them out one by one. Now what I'm going to be doing is taking out these pieces and shredding them together, and then putting it back in the stew. So here you notice that that's a nice progress where the pieces are actually falling apart, which means to say that it's very, very tender. So take out all the pieces. This has been stewing since this morning, so it's roughly the whole day. That's how the beans look like now. They're now very, very tender. Okay, so here are the different meats. So what we'll be doing is just cutting it in slices. I'm going to do this for all of it. Okay, so these are the meats that I sliced. Now all of this, there was a small piece of bone left. I don't have to put this anymore. And then I'm going to be putting it all back on the stew. That will be very, very rich in flavor. Just mix it some more. Let it all blend. If it gets too thick, you can put in a little water. There. So if you notice that there aren't any pieces that were stuck to the bottom because it was a very, very slow stew. So I'll just leave it here for about a few more minutes, let the flavors blend in together, and then I'm ready to eat our red bean stew. The red bean stew is ready.